What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Here's the Thing. Today, I am so excited to be discussing today's topic with you, what a Catholic woman looks for in a guy. Let's get started. I think the first thing I would say a Catholic woman looks for in a guy is obviously somebody who she can share her faith with, right? I don't think every woman necessarily is looking for a Catholic man, a Catholic guy. This is ideal and probably the case for most Catholic women, but I think overall what a Catholic woman is looking for is somebody who not only respects her faith, but takes his own faith seriously, who honors our Lord and fears our Lord and desires to be a man after the Lord's own heart and is willing to enter into difficult conversations, to grow and be challenged and to learn and to continuously evolve into a better man, a man who is after the Lord's own heart and a man who desires and seeks to fulfill his mission to bring the Lord's kingdom onto our earth. I think with this, being a man of faith, somebody who respects boundaries and isn't afraid to put up those boundaries, to uphold these boundaries, somebody who has morals and values and is convicted about his morals and values, I think this is really, really important for really any Catholic woman. So this is the first thing I would say. The second thing I would say a Catholic woman looks for in a man is, honestly, someone who shows up and follows up. Who shows up and follows up. A guy who is willing to go out of his comfort zone and show up for his woman. Who not only talks the talk, but walks the walk and says what he means and means what he says. I think is really, really important. I think our Lord is such a great example of being a man of his word. And as Catholic women, we look for the same thing. Somebody that we know that we can depend on, somebody we know that we can trust, somebody we know who is imperfect and will at times let us down, but for the most part, do what he can to keep his word and to be a man of his word. The third thing I think a Catholic woman looks for in a Catholic man is somebody who desires to be like Saint Joseph. I don't think every guy has to have this crazy awesome devotion to Saint Joseph. Is that ideal? Yes. Would it be beneficial to them? Yes. Is it beneficial to us as women? Absolutely. I've talked about this before, but I think somebody who acknowledges the witness, the significance behind the model of the Holy Family, a man who acknowledges the role of the Holy Family in our Catholic faith and who strives to fill the role of Saint Joseph in his own life in whatever way the Lord is calling him to do. I think also in that way, a man who challenges his woman to be more like Mary, to follow Mary's example, to be a woman of faith, to be a woman of virtue and chastity, and not just in the sexual sense, but a woman who really allows the Lord to bring to the surface her own femininity and her own motherhood and her own magnificence. I think a man who challenges his woman to be a better woman. I think the next thing every Catholic woman looks for in a guy is somebody who is compassionate and resilient. One of the best things I've ever heard is that to be resilient isn't to bounce back to the state that you were once in or a better state than where you were, but to suffer well. So a man that is willing to journey with his woman through the hard challenges of life, who isn't afraid to face adversity, and when he does come across adversity or suffering or trials, he faces them with a brave face, with courage, and he struggles well, he suffers well, and he brings what he has to the Lord so that the Lord can work in that. I feel like I've covered quite a bit of ground and I could keep going on forever, but we're running out of time today. So I think the last thing I would say is that I think every Catholic woman desires a guy who understands the key differences between a boy and a man. My girlfriends and I always joke when we have an encounter with a guy who does something that makes us say, oh, what a man. Wow, what a man, right? A man who really steps up, a guy who steps up and embraces the role that he has been given in his life and in relationship with other people. A guy who who isn't afraid to be strong, and who is courageous and brave, but also sensitive, right? And who finds the balance and the tension between those two and isn't afraid to hold those in tension with each other. I think a guy who understands the difference between a boy and a man is the last thing I would have to say. That's it. That's all I have for you today. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up and let me know what you thought in the comment section below. We would love to hear from you. It has been such a joy hanging out with you all today. I will see all of you next week. Hang tight. Share this with your friends. Subscribe to the LifeChain channel if you have not already. Stay holy, my friends. Know of my prayers for you. If you see this, say a little prayer for me, and we will talk very soon. Bye.